A major Raw star is returning from injury tonight. WrestleMania 38 match could possibly be getting scrapped, and Bret Hart responds to AEW rumours. It's all in the wrestling news right now. A major... Wow.
Just like Mr. Perfect.
It's like he's here. A major Raw star could be making a return to WWE television tonight. Somebody that we've not seen since February. Somebody we kind of factored out of WrestleMania. Looks like he's back in a big way. PW Insider saying Bobby Lashley, who has not been seen since the Chamber, is expected to return on Raw in Pittsburgh. Lashley's been out since the Rumble. He obviously appeared at the Elimination Chamber but didn't compete. And this follows on from some speculation from last week. I believe it was Fightful that brought this to our attention. That we could see Bobby Lashley versus Omos at WrestleMania.
In a match where presumably Omos will be put over strong by the Almighty. Dun 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 dun. I'm ready for the montage, Tom. I'm ready for the lightning. Ready for the montage. Ready for the pose. Bring back the ass pose. That's what we all want. But yes, it looks like Omos will be going over Big Bob Lashley at WrestleMania 38.
Do you reckon that's what they'll do? They'll have Omos batter Bobby.
Omos has been having handicap matches against... Hold this. Sit down there, Tom. I know you're stood up right now, you small man.
I'll stand up so I can sit back down.
Handicap matches against not only Apollo Crews but also Commander Aziz at the same time.
Oh, what a shame for... It's a year to the day that Aziz made his debut.
Rest in peace.
he's still here. He's not doing a lot. So that will be on Raw tonight. Glad to see Bobby getting back in good form. I was worried he'd miss out on Mania. I think that he has been, over the last 12 months, a really solid performer. I think we've seen the best of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that old saying about the champion making titles and titles making men, he definitely made the title feel a bit more than it has done more recently, I would suggest, when he had it around his lovely abdomen.
He really did. It's quite high up then. Also tonight on Monday Night Raw, this is a spicy one. So we're going to have Bianca Belair teaming with Ronda Rousey to face Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Tom, there's one question in my mind right now.
Did Chris Rock deserve that slap?
Yes, he did.
He did.
He's got a rock chin as well. Didn't even sell it, did he, the hard bastard? That's not the question, though, Tom. Keep going.
Can they coexist?
Yes, it is, Tom. Can they coexist? All those years of storytelling, we've seen it before with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, pissed away, forgotten about.
The Becky Lynch thing they did at Survivor Series with Charlotte Flair, and that promo afterwards with Becky, like, genuinely looking devastated that her friendship's fallen apart. And I know the whole thing is, there's a rivalry there anyway, but it feels legit awkward for them to be teaming at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was sat here with my tin hat on saying, oh, this is all happening around a pay-per-view where they're facing off, oh, it must be just for the cameras and whatnot. But no, the whole thing with the title swapping over thing and Charlotte dropping it and then Becky going, and then running away, it seems to be really real. So it's going to be not just can they coexist in storyline, but can they coexist in real life? Of course they can. They're professionals.
They are professionals. That's Monday Night Raw tonight, and it's the Raw before WrestleMania. Oh my gosh, here we are, Ross.
It's not. It can't be.
It is, mate.
The last Raw before WrestleMania was like 2 months ago.
It feels like
I know.
But it's this weekend. This is welcome to our silly season.
You're lying.
I'm not even lying, mate. Not even lying. I had plans for next weekend and they all got cancelled because I'm aware of what is needed here. So it's very much next weekend. Could be losing a match from Mania altogether.
We could be, and it involves The New Day. Yes, it does, of course. Obviously, Big E more recently had that horrible injury. It seems that he's okay. The best of a bad situation, I suppose. Obviously, best wishes to him at this moment. But it looked like the New Day, before that happened, according to Fightful Select, could have been taken on the most terrifying trio in SmackDown history. That of Ridge Holland, Sheamus, and Butch.
Luke in the chat says hi. That was meant to be the case. Obviously, the injury to Big E put pay to being a sixth man. There was conversations about it being a tag team match, but so basically Woods and Kofi versus a combo of Ridge, Sheamus and Butch. It was Fightful say it was reiterated to us this match could be changed to include Ridge Holland or scrapped altogether. Read into this what you will. Fightful are also reporting this morning that we saw King Woods versus Ridge Holland on SmackDown on Friday. That was penciled in to be Kofi Kingston versus Ridge Holland.
Yes, because when I just watched it this morning there, Tom, when Kofi came out, the announcer, whoever the ring announcer is these days, some lovely young lady, I don't know what her name is, I'm sorry, but she was like, coming to the ring, accompanied by King Woods, is Kofi Kingston. That should have been Kofi Kingston. Ruined the big pop for the King Woods reveal, though, so it did.
Yeah.
That announcement by the ring announcer. But I don't know what you read into this. It could either be Kofi's got an injury, or they're just giving King Woods a little rep before WrestleMania. Who knows what's going on there?
Very well could be, but we could be losing the New Day from WrestleMania, which would be a real shame for all involved.
Wait, for all 6, potentially, you know?
Yeah, and
big payday and that.
Big payday and all that stuff. We'll keep an eye on that one. A match to be announced for WrestleMania, apparently still to come. Dave Meltzer of The Observer saying that Finn Balor could make it onto the WrestleMania card to defend his US title against Damian Priest. Now, there was some concern that Balor would miss out on Mania because he is front and center in that match graphic for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So they thought, well, maybe that's kind of what he'll be doing in WrestleMania. But the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
It's kind of part WrestleMania. Even though we've got a 2-hour kickoff show, it's still a part of WrestleMania. The SmackDown before WrestleMania is a part of WrestleMania.
I feel like they could use that match to just to add a little extra, as you would say, a little bit of spark to the story between Woods, between Balor.
Priest.
There we are, Balor and Priest. There they are. Those are the ones, and then have them set up a match for WrestleMania. Because at the moment, Night 2 seems a lot lighter than Night 1, which suggests some last-minute stuff's going to get thrown on.
That was the big question on the podcast last week, that one night is looking a hell of a lot stronger than the other. And from what you've just said there, Night 1 looks a lot better. But I'm thinking about Damian Priest here more than Finn Balor. Because the year he's had, he was undefeated for the longest time. Then he lost to Kevin Owens out of nowhere on Raw. He lost a couple of matches. He won a couple of matches. But he's been fantastic in that role as the sort of babyface for much of the year, but then a heel more recently, of course. To have him not on the WrestleMania card this year would be a massive shame. So your idea of having the final 2 potentially being in the Andre Battle Royal, being those 2, and then that setting up some WrestleMania, I like the sounds of that one.
Maybe we do that. Do we like the sound of Bret Hart managing FTR?
Yep.
Same. That has been a conversation for a little while. With FTR dropping tweets to Bret Hart and mentions and little nods. Bret did a virtual signing this past weekend. A few things were brought up during it. Also, on Brock Lesnar saying that Bret Hart was a dream opponent. Bret said, "I heard that I was Brock Lesnar's dream match. Always heard Brock was a good worker. Never heard that Lesnar was stiff in the ring. Always heard just the opposite, that he looks stiff, but he's a pro in the ring. Totally the opposite of Goldberg."
Never ever forget.
Oh, hashtag never forget.
$16 million in 2 seconds Goldberg cost Brock Lesnar. And Goldberg has never given Bret Hart with a super kick in his career. That made no sense until I said Bret Hart. And then Goldberg's never given Bret Hart a single penny of his Saudi Arabia paydays. Give him at least $1 million of your 3 you're getting each and every time, Bill, for goodness sake.
Maybe give Bret Hart your WrestleMania payday when you walk out to face Seth Rollins on Night 2. Cody who? When asked if he was heading to AEW in the wake of all these rumors and stuff, Bret Hart replied, "Go there and do what?"
It's quite simple. Cup the testicle sacks of FTR, one in each hand, because there's 2 of them. All the signs are there. They were doing little promos on last week's Dynamite with pink light in the background, for goodness sake. I think it was Dax Harwood saying he was going to wrestle his heart out.
He said, we are the best there is. Yeah. Bret Hart will be our manager. All the hints were there.
The Jacksons have been dropping the hint as well, saying you could have the best there ever was as your manager a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. It's gonna happen. I just hope that Bret never gets near the ring.
No. What, you mean like stops halfway on the ramp?
Yeah, just keep it a safe distance, because I don't like seeing Bret Hart near anything, ever. He's too delicate.
What, like he's like an agoraphobic?
Give him a Pope case, for goodness sake. Have him come down on there you go, FTR's thing with the
Pope-mobile.
The car with the thing on the back.
Yeah, the Pope-mobile.
And put the Pope-mobile box on the back for Bret.
That's amazing.
A Bret box.
A Bret box? Is that how you watch, like, Only Fools and Horses now? More news throughout the day.
3 people understand that one.
Hey, and all 3, I love you for it.
These bloody subscription services, eh?
On more news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Keep your wife's name out of my mouth.